Hello, I'm Curtis Jones, the Bibb County School Superintendent. I want you to know how important safety is to us. We have a strategic objective that says we will maintain a safe learning environment. We want to be protective not only for our students and staff, but for everyone who comes on our campuses as well. I hope in this video you see some of the measures that we have in place.
Bibb County School District Emergency Procedures Plan Ready Reference Guides, or flipbooks as they are commonly referred to, serve as a quick guide for teachers, staff, and administrators in an emergency situation. These books are designed to serve as a refresher to the district's emergency operations plan. Ready reference guides should be posted in all classrooms throughout the district in a place easily accessible to the teacher or staff member. The guides contain a compilation of the approximately 20 most likely events that could occur within the normal school day. Ready reference guides should not be relied upon entirely in an emergency and should only be used as a checklist or refresher to the larger and more detailed District Emergency Operations Plan, or EOP. Thus, staff members, teachers, and administrators should be versed on the EOP and be prepared to act when an emergency arises.
Exterior doors should remain closed at all times except when they are being utilized as emergency exit doors by students, faculty, staff, and visitors. In the event of an emergency or emergency drill, the last adult faculty or staff member utilizing an exterior door should make sure the exterior door is secured as they exit the building. Exterior doors should never be opened as a climate control comfort technique or for easier re-entry to the building from outside activities. Re-entry to the school should be accessed through the main entrance in the front of the school. Transit doors are doors that are defined as exterior access doors accessed by students, faculty, and staff and visitors as they traverse between two distinct buildings on campus. Vestibule walls are the walls that any visitors, faculty, or staff members face after they gain access through the school's front door. They are designed to physically require all visitors to check in at the school office once they've gained access through the front door. The school district will evaluate the main entrance security at all schools, including schools currently without a vestibule wall, to determine the security risk and appropriate response to mitigate that security risk. Vestibule walls at a school's front entrance should remain closed at all times except where they are under the direct supervision of adult faculty or staff members, such as the morning student arrival process and the afternoon student dismissal process. All visitors to a school district school are required by Georgia state law and the school district's access control regulation to register as a visitor immediately upon arrival on campus. The visitor's photo ID should be checked by the school office staff or other designated authorized school official. Authorized school visitors should be issued a temporary one-day visitor pass. A visitor must follow the visitor check-in procedure and be issued a new visitor pass each day they visit the school. Visitors may not check themselves in. Visitors check-in must be managed by authorized school personnel. The use of a student's emergency card is always required when a school visitor is attempting to check out a student from the school. Visitors attempting to check out a student early from school must be listed on the emergency card by the student's parent or guardian as a person authorized to pick up the student from school. A new emergency card must be completed by a parent or guardian each year their student attends a school district school. Parents or guardians must complete a new emergency card if their student transfers to a new school during the same school year. Any changes to the student's emergency card must be initiated in person at the school with a photo ID of the authorized parent or guardian. All school district employees must wear the photo ID badge issued by their school or department when visiting any school district facility. These ID badges should be reissued on a frequent basis to account for any changes of physical characteristics of an employee. All school district employees should check in with the school office using their photo ID when conducting school district business as they visit any school in the district. All adults who have checked in at a school should either have an employee ID badge, school district ID badge, or temporary one-day visitor's badge. Any adult who is not wearing an ID badge inside a school should be verbally challenged and redirected to the school office for proper visitor check-in. School district employees within the general vicinity of the school's camera monitoring system should monitor these cameras on a frequent basis. The ability to monitor the school cameras is not constant due to other job responsibilities required of school district staff.
School day arrival, administrator-driven random searches will occur monthly at all schools on a specified date during the arrival process. The date of the search will not be made public, and administrators will be given limited notice as to when the search are scheduled to occur. The purpose of conducting a school day arrival random search is to safeguard students, administrators, faculty, and staff against the purposeful bringing of weapons or other contraband into the school building. Randomly searching students deters would-be criminal activity from occurring while strengthening the district's on-site safety measures and fostering a safe and secure learning environment. Administrators will be provided a randomly selected number, selected by the Director of Safety and Security. As students enter the building, the corresponding students will be selected as they enter for search. Searching will be conducted by a school staff team trained and developed by the administrator in conjunction with the Office of Safety and Security. The search will consist of the students' personal effects, to include book bags, purses, and effects contained on their person in their pockets. At no time will a student be subjected to a search by a member of the opposite sex. In the event that contraband is discovered, an administrator will take appropriate action, to include contacting the student's parents and campus police where applicable.
Academic classroom doors shall be locked at all times while not in use and while unoccupied. School district personnel or other authorized personnel requiring entry while the classroom is in use or empty should utilize their school ID badge or school district master key. Academic classroom storage closets should remain locked at all times to restrict student or other unauthorized persons' access to those storage closets. Teacher desk drawers should remain locked if possible whenever the teacher is unable to supervise access to their desk. School science lab doors shall be locked at all times while not in use and while unoccupied. School lab storage areas, including the chemistry lab chemical storage closet, should be locked at all times when they are not under the direct supervision of the teacher. Chemicals stored in these areas shall be stored in accordance with all U.S. Department of Education and Georgia Department of Education and school district rules, regulations, and guidelines. Custodial service closets shall be locked at all times when they are not in use or under the direct supervision of custodial service personnel, school district personnel, or other authorized school district personnel. Chemicals and other materials shall be stored in accordance with school district custodial service department guidelines. School nutrition storage areas shall be locked at all times when they are not in use or under the direct supervision of school nutrition employees or other authorized personnel. Knives and other equipment authorized for use by school nutrition personnel shall be secured when the school nutrition area is not under the direct supervision of school nutrition personnel or other authorized personnel. Chemicals and other materials shall be stored in accordance with school district school nutrition department guidelines. All school district electrical closets shall be locked at all times unless they are being directly supervised by authorized school personnel, school district personnel, or other authorized personnel. Electrical panels located on the school hallway walls, where applicable, shall be locked at all times unless they are being used or are under the direct supervision of authorized school personnel, school district personnel, or other authorized personnel. School stairwells shall be checked on a frequent basis by school district personnel or school personnel, especially during class period changes. These checks should vary in frequency, time, and location. The school district will evaluate the stairwells at all schools to determine the security risk and appropriate response to mitigate the security risk. Gymnasium locker rooms and storage areas shall be locked at all times when they are not in use or under the direct supervision of school personnel or school district personnel. School office storage areas shall be locked at all times when they are not in the use or under the direct supervision of authorized school personnel or authorized school district personnel. The school nurses station and school storage area shall be locked at all times when they are not in use or under the direct supervision of authorized school personnel or authorized school district personnel. The school nurses station contains the following sensitive items and information that represent a unique security risk to the school and the school district: student prescription medicine or other over-the-counter medicine, and student health records. School outdoor labs such as greenhouses shall be locked at all times when they are not in use or under the direct supervision of school personnel or school district personnel.
The Bibb County School District's fire regulation is designed to provide teachers and administrators with the knowledge and information that they need to ensure that they and their children are safe in fire and fire emergencies. The regulation is broken down into a series of areas that have the greatest impact on the day-to-day operations within a school. The regulation is accompanied by a supporting document that depicts in photographs the do's and don'ts associated with fire safety. Egress means the ability to move about freely without doors being blocked or passageways being blocked. All doors and passageways that facilitate the movement of occupants from within a building should not be obstructed in any way. Additionally, all passageways and hallways should be maintained in such a manner as to provide a minimum of 4 feet of clear width throughout the building. All doors leading to secondary hallways, which constitute fire-rated doors, are to remain closed at all times unless they are affixed with magnetic holes that allow them to remain open. Stairwell doors are not exempt from this rule. In a stairwell, the lower level door must remain closed at all time. However, the upstairs door or second floor door, where applicable, may remain propped open so long, again, as it is affixed with a magnet. A fire riser system is the system that allows water to be pumped into the building and upwards to the building's fire sprinkler system. This room is not a storage room. These rooms are throughout our buildings, typically in areas not associated with classrooms, but off the areas maintained by our kitchens, gyms, and other support rooms. These rooms are to never be used as storage spaces. In the event there is other equipment located in these rooms, a minimum of 6 feet area of clearance should be maintained around all equipment, and a clear path of at least 3 feet should be kept and maintained at all times. All ceiling and sidewall mounted sprinkler heads should be kept clear of obstructions or impediments by no less than 3 feet of clear space. Teachers should not stack boxes on top of bookshelves or other shelving units such that they are within 24 inches or 2 feet from the lowest ceiling tile. All fire alarm pull stations, announcer, and strobe assemblies should be kept clear of obstructions, and a clear space of at least 3 feet should be maintained at all times. This 3 feet clearance should work as a halo, meaning 3 feet in front, to the sides, underneath, and above. All wall-mounted fire extinguishers are serviced yearly, tagged, and should be kept clear of impediments such as posters, chairs blocking access, tables blocking access, or other obstructions. A minimum of 3 feet of clear space should be maintained at all times. In the event you encounter a damaged fire extinguisher cabinet, please report to your office immediately. Office staff, once receiving this report, please notify the maintenance department through the iBoss system so that the cabinet can be repaired. All occupied spaces of a school building are required to have a fire evacuation diagram posted in plain view by each doorway. Fire evacuation diagrams should be posted in such a manner that they are easily readable, indicate the location of where you are in the building, and provide a primary and secondary route to safely exit the building. When posting these diagrams, it is a good practice to post the diagram to the level of the primary occupant of the classroom. In the case of an elementary classroom, fire diagrams should be posted at a lower level such that smaller children should be able to see this without having to look up. All custodial service closets should be locked and closed at all times when they are not in use or under the immediate and direct supervision of custodial services personnel or an otherwise authorized adult. These areas are not to be used for storage, but for custodial purposes only. All school electrical closets should be locked at all times unless they are being used or under the direct supervision of authorized personnel. These areas are not to be used for storage. In the event the electrical closet or custodial closet also serves as the riser or sprinkler standpipe room, a clear path of at least 3 feet into and out of the room should be maintained at all times. Space heaters, regardless of their power type, are not permitted in any classroom, office area, or any space at any time. Space heaters are strictly outlawed by the fire marshal. Candles or any type of open flame other than approved science lab or science facilitated flame sources, such as a Bunsen burner, are not permitted in any school classroom, office area, or space at any time. It should also be noted that candle warmers, or devices used to heat a candle up without lighting the wick, should not be used at any time. No open flames, grilling, frying, or cooking operations are to be conducted in any concession area, such as those adjacent to a gymnasium or auditorium. In the event you wish to grill or cook food for your classroom, you must do so outside, and it must be greater than 20 feet from your classroom or from the exterior wall of the building. Extension cords should only be used for an intended purpose. It is not a good idea to double or continue to add or daisy chain extension cords together, as the electrical current in our buildings can cause the cords to heat up, melt, and short out, resulting in a possible fire situation. When using extension cords, be mindful that they do cause trip hazards and should be taped to the floor or tucked against a wall to keep this from occurring.
School teachers or any other school personnel or school district personnel that are charged with the direct supervision of a student group shall maintain direct supervision of that student group until they are relieved of this duty by someone authorized by the school or school district, a block period change occurs, or the student is excused from class early. The teacher shall document a sign-out time when a student leaves the classroom and check with the school office to ascertain if the student released from class early arrives at the school office in a reasonable period of time. Students are never allowed to check out or escort another student from class. School restrooms shall be checked for unauthorized activity or illegal activity on a frequent basis each day by school personnel or designated school district personnel. The time scheduled and the school personnel assigned to this duty shall vary along with the school district personnel designated to implement this supervision. Elementary school students shall always be escorted as a class to the restroom by their teacher or other authorized school personnel or school district personnel. Restroom breaks shall be structured frequently to reduce the need for elementary students to seek a restroom individual hall pass. High school and middle school principals or their designee or school district personnel shall monitor by frequently checking the school restrooms during block period class changes. Elementary school students may no longer deliver to the school office or pick up items from the school office without authorized adult line of sight supervision. This may be accomplished by monitoring the cameras in the hallway as the student exits the classroom and goes to the school office, or if they return from the school office back to the classroom. The high school and middle school hallway shall be monitored by high school and middle school teachers during block period changes. Teachers, parent volunteers, or authorized school personnel or school district personnel shall always follow and enforce school district field trip guidelines for both day trips and overnight field trips.